it says we're live, right? So we're live. Don't say fuck or bugger. And if anyone's watching this and going like, Hobbit, normally you start at 7 o'clock. Why are you starting early? Well, the reason I'm starting early is because Top Cat insisted. It's like, come on, let's do it. So that's why I said to him, well, I haven't had been quite bad with breakfast and second breakfast. I had apple crumble and then I had some freshly baked bread with smoked salmon and butter and lemon juice, all lovely stuff. So yeah, let's I tell you what, here's a thing. Oh, whoops. There we go. Stupid cunt woman murderer. Oh yeah, that was a Pink News readings. There was a song I was going to play because I found actually I've done something which I think is pretty good as a Tomorrow's World theme tune. So let's go music. No. Can I go up one more? No, that's a quick link. I want to go. Sounds what I've done. Is it this one? Bear with me, chat. I'm going to find this thing. See if I can find it. I think it's called something like data stream. So what if I just go put in there data stream? Ah yeah, here we go. Spooky data stream. There, that is apropos. So let's have the theme tune. Play the theme tune. So welcome to my episode about of Banter Nationalism, episode CXVI. Yes, we are in the 116th episode of this. And one of the things I wanted to show, which I've probably lost since then, is it was about photovoltaic cells. So how are photovoltaic cells made? Coal and quartz. I saw it in a Twitter thing, and it was weeks and weeks ago. I put it in potential stories, and I long since lost it. And I'll tell you what, Discord ain't too good when it comes to searching. How those National Geographic probably won't be. No. Why do we burn coal and trees to make solar power? Is that going to be any good? Let's have a look, see if this is any good. All main technology are based on citation needed that they're fossil fuels. For example, every step in production of a solar photovoltaic power system requires an input of fossil fuels, as the carbon reductants needed for smelting silicon from ore to provide manufacturing process. So you know what? Let's have a look at that. Let's say how to smelt silicone using carbon reductants. Let's see if I can find some sort of suitable video. I think this will be good things. Reductants, carbon reductant, investigating return reductants, iron ore to raw iron smelt, Silicon Valley clean energy, how it works, no. Out of autoclave, carbon fiber parts. Ferrosilicon and silicon technology. Production of metallurgical grade silicon. Oh, let's just read it out. This will be the video. I mean, it'd be nice if it's a video like, oh, you see, here's some raw silicon quartz which has been mined from some sort of dirt hole country, and here it is. But someone putting coal in, and you know, a picture of some brown kid crying. So what have we got? This is by HHM Ali Idi Sadek. What is this? Someone pretend. And Abu Shaba. Metallurgical grade silicon is an important metal which has a range of diverse industrial applications such as deoxidation in the steel making industry, alloying element in the aluminium industry, and preparation of organosilanes, and the production of hyperpure electronic grade silicon, which is used in the electronics industry as well as solar cells. So what we got here, the reduction process, so you got silicon oxide, SiO2, quartz, plus 2 carbon, which is probably coal, and you can't just use coal on its own because it's got lots of impurities, so it's probably coke. And so when you combine quartz and coke together, you get silicon out, plus 2, for every atom of silicon you get 2 atoms of carbon monoxide. And they're saying here AH, I don't understand that symbol, delta H, whatever, 2000 degrees equals 687 kilojoules per mole. So you need to spend at least 687 kilojoules per mole of silicon. Now, I remember doing molar mass in chemistry, but I don't really remember what it means. Anyway, suffice to say, in order to make a little bit, that's how much energy you've got to spend. The overall reaction is the sum of different reactions inside the furnace, which can be specified according to the temperature range. The furnace environment is divided into 2 zones. High temperature is approximately 2000 degrees, and low temperature, less than 1811 degrees zones, which different reactions dominate. In the high temperature zone around the electrode tip, the following reactions occur. So silicon oxide becomes silicon silicon carbonate, and then you got...
Are you streaming now or what?
Hello, yeah, Toppy, yeah, we're streaming now because and I thought what we'd do is we start off with the actual proper science bit about photovoltaic cells, unless there's something you wanted to do, Toppy.
There's nothing I want to do just other than I can see Banter Nationalism CXVI is going. Streaming now or what?
I'll share the screen with you so you can see what it is I'm reading out to the audience.
Yeah, I can see production of metallurgical grade silicon from Egyptian quartz. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, this is the thing. So you remember, like last time, I did an issue about where does the materials used in wind turbines come from. I thought it'd be a good idea to say, well, where does the material come from to make photovoltaic cells? The solar cells, the so-called green energy, as they call it. And
yeah, so-called green energy. Well, we're both agreed, though, aren't we, Hobbit, that they're just fucking lying about oil, coal.
Well,
and, the raw materials, as they say, they're just fucking lying about it.
Yeah, they are. Lying. And we didn't really cover abiotic fuel theory that much, so we might cover it a bit more. But suffice to say, you got to use a lot of coke. You can't use coal because that introduces sulfur impurities. So you've got purified coal and purified Egyptian quartz in this case. I assume what HHM means is some sort of Egyptian government.
Good evening to Sandwich Bar, Scottish Gulag, and Heidenich, and I think our resident criminal Nordic is signed on as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Oh, but don't you mean a former criminal, a reformed character?
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Former criminal.
But the thing is, I mean, we're all committing like offences every day. We don't even realise it. So
I've committed a few in the past couple of days, but never mind.
Well, but you think you got away with it. So I might mention the war once or twice, but I don't think they minded.
A lot of people are just one parliamentary decision away from breaking the law themselves.
Yeah, which we will get to later, because I was thinking instead of doing pink news readings at the end, I've done a pre-recorded bit which I want to play at 8 o'clock, and the idea behind that is that I can bugger off and have a wee, I can top up my glass of sherry, and everyone else can do... It's 5 minutes long, so it's basically you get to do nothing for 5 minutes. Have a break. Yeah. Participate.
I'm on a Budweiser right now.
Why
am I don't know, Sandwich Bar, why am I known as Topic 07? I saw this in the chat the other day. I'm missing out on this joke. Why am I known as Toppy 07?
Top Cat, licensed to entertain.
Always, it's to do with the James Bond or whatever. Okay.
Shaken, not... Are you having your Budweiser shaken or stirred?
They just out of yet. Well, actually, they were pretty fucking stirred because I dropped most of them on the way home from the pub on Friday.
Are you Are you got the...
07 is it's a salute in the Urban Dictionary, apparently.
Oh, I see. So the O is a man's head, and the other one... Oh, I see. So the 7 like his elbow cricked at a certain thing.
The Urban Dictionary
like I
says,
said on the Discord, you know,
it is.
earlier, you know, very controversially, I'm both pro-empire and pro-National Socialist Germany, so make of that what you will.
Well, I mean, it's like I've got ancestors that fought on both sides of Agincourt, so, you know, who do I side with, the French or the English? Or just say, well, they both played their part in it?
Well, yeah, obviously, if it was between the English and French, you side with the English because you want to be strong, you know.
Well, as I said, I mean...
Have you started the stream early, have you, Hobbit?
Yeah, Top Cat says, come on, let's get it started early. I'm raring to go, and I thought, well, brilliant.
Yeah,
so,
I was ready to go Nordic, so...
So I thought, well, this is the bit where we can talk about how, like... so we just sort of get a bit... They talk about how there's a silicon oxide gas, it travels up
Jay's
the
in now as well. Jay's in now.
Hello, Jay. So you're welcome. We're doing the second part of where does our clean green energy come from? And it turns out the silicon used for making solar cells, it's mined from quartz, which is a finite resource, and you've got to use purified carbon, i.e. coke, in order to do it. So you need to get really hot temperatures, and then you've got this molten hot silicon oxide gas, which then you combine with pure carbon, and then you end up with silicon carbide, and carbon monoxide comes out. And then you get 3 silicon oxide, 1 carbon monoxide, then you get 2 silicon oxide, then silicon carbide, and then the end result is silicon oxide plus silicon oxide.
It all sounds very boring, but what do you mean ultimately? Like, it's really not fucking renewed super duper energy that can save us all.
So it turns out that because people say, oh, I want to get away from fossil fuels, well, in that case, you don't want to be using solar panels then, because then you're perpetuating your use not just on finite resources of coal, well, actually, citation needed finite resources of coal, but certainly finite resources of quartz, because it would be possible to make high metallurgical grade silicon from sand.
And of course... Quartz made a good dance tune in the 90s called Don't Be Good to Me. So,
Really?
I don't know.
Don't
be good to me, friends.
Wait a minute, wasn't that a Tribe Called Quartz?
Quartz, Don't Be Good to Me was a fucking tune.
Because the thing about that is, wasn't there Fatboy Slim, and he did... Oh, here we go. Don't Be Good to Me, a 1980 single by Beats International, which was...
Yeah. But with Quartz. Featuring Quartz.
Yeah, because it was a good song, but at the same time, Fatboy Slim had to pay all the royalties to somebody else because... Oh, Norman Cook, James Harrison, Terry Lewis...
Do you remember Norman Cook when he was a fucking singer in the guy from Beautiful Self, his band, the House Martins? Norman Cook used to be like he used to be an extra in the guy from House Martins. Search the put on Hobbit Caravan from Love. Caravan of Love. Come on, put it up.
However. The instrumental track is heavily based on the bass line from Guns of Brixton. Yeah, that makes sense. And the sample
put Caravan of Love on. Because
not doing it. Not having it. Because I don't want a copyright strike. Simple as.
Who gives a fuck?
Well, I got a channel now.
I was fucking, you don't want a copyright strike. I was fucking Zig Island on my streaming the other night.
Well, that's all right. That's not a copyright term.
What commitment have you got to the cause here?
So, The harmonica theme is from Once Upon a Time in the West, written by Ennio Morricone, and that is beautiful. Yeah, so in other words, it's just like it had to be he took a bunch of good music that came before, like Guns of Brixton. But let me just have a look at Norman Cook, and let's see, early life and career beginnings. Bromley.
I like Guns of Brixton. That's a good song.
I like what's the other one Clash did that was good? Oh, Rock the Casbah, that was it. Shree don't like it, do. House Martins and the Mighty Dubcats. Heaton formed a guitar band called the House Martins. The bassist left and leave their first national tour, so Cook agreed to move to Hull to join them. The band soon had the single Happy Hour and 2 albums, London O, Hull 4, and The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death peaked at number 10 in the UK albums chart. Yeah, so there you go. That's a good bit. What did not Nordic Toppy mentioned. So, but what else do we need? So now we know how to get silicon. So how are photovoltaic cells made? Coal and quartz acids used. Let's see, because I'm pretty sure hydrofluoric acid is used in it somewhere. Planetenergies.com. All right, let's try that. See if that's any good.
Where's Hemi tonight?
Well, it's not yet 7 o'clock, and his missus only lets him on at 7. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mrs. only unlocks his cage at 7.
Well, you know, he's a family man. He's got responsibles, and he's got to devote time between friends and family. So
Don't worry, Hobbit. When I move up there, I'll distract his missus with my missus.
hey, that's not a bad idea. Then they could watch like telly or something together, and then yeah. So here we go. Here's a slitty eyes holding up like a pane of glass because that's technology. So don't want to know how it works. So you got some silicon doped with phosphorus. Oh well, that's lovely. In that case, you need phosphoric acid. Then you got some silicon doped with boron. Yeah. So how was that placed on it? So in other words, it's a difference between phosphorus and boron, and then you've got like a conductor in between them. So cell efficiency, no, don't care about that. Don't care about the different types of cells. I don't care about that bit. And that was it. It was just like, so in other words, photovoltaic cells are brilliant. Just don't look too closely into how they're made, or the vast lakes of hydrofluorosilicic acid which are being poured out into lakes in China. What about this? How are solar panels made? Maybe this will tell me something what are being called green match. So
Sorry for all the background noise. I'm trying to pick a cigar.
oh, that's okay. Yeah. Have a cigar. A solar PV module calls one. Step 1 is sand. Well, we just proven that's not true. So it starts with the raw material, which in our case is sand. No, it's not. So that's a lie. Most solar panels are made of silicon, which is the main component of natural beach sand. Yeah, saying it's the natural component of beach sand is like saying that, well, shit contains proteins and other edible things. Yeah, it does, but you wouldn't want to eat it because it's shit. You might put it on the field and then harvest wheat or something that grows on top of it, but you're not going to eat shit just for the same reason you're not going to use sand to make metallurgical grade silicon. So, step 2, ingots. The silicon is collected usually in the form of solid rocks. Yeah, those solid rocks happen to be quartz. Hundreds of these rocks are being melted together at very high temperatures in order to form ingots in the shape of cylinder. And what are those ingots mounted with? They're mounted with purified coal, known as coke. So again, it's lying by emissions, these fucking bastards. These slimy fucking weasels. To reach the desired shape, a steel cylindrical furnace is used. In the process of melting, tension is given so that all atoms are perfectly aligned in the desired structure and orientation. Boron is added to the process. How is boron added to the process? Do you just like go, oh, here I go, I've got some boron sprinkles, I'm going to pour them in now? Or do you need to use boric acid? Do you need to then use like hydrofluorosilicic acid to wash out the boric acid? How is it done?
Yeah, see, this is the thing. They're renewable energy. Like a lot of their renewable energy sources are heavily pollutant themselves. Like these wind farms that they've set up.
Yeah, wow. Were you paying attention to my previous... Oh, sorry. It's all kicking off here. I got to put this back in. Right, put that in there. I hope that wasn't the carbon monoxide. No, it wouldn't be the carbon monoxide line. I've had my chimney swept recently. I should know.
I'm just
I had to
putting a picture in Nordic Smoking Lounge.
Ah, good stuff. So, do you know what this description reminds me of? It's like when I'm reading about like what's inside vaccines, and then they don't actually mention like how they do stuff. Like they talk about like human. Like they won't actually say, oh yeah, well with the abortions, we render them down in the blender, and then we put the virus on that, and we feed it blood, which we've also extracted from abortions, and we feed the blood to these murdered babies, and then we grow the viruses on top of that, and then we extract it and we stick it inside this thing with like some ethyl mercury or methyl mercury, because ethyl mercury might not work. So I tell you what, let's combine methanol, which causes blindness, with mercury, which causes all manner of good things, except when it's injected into you, somehow that's okay, because, fuck you. So each of the wafers is being treated, and metal conducts around each surface, yet they're lovingly hugged there by a worker in a Chinese factory who just sort of hugs it close to him, those metal wires, they just go on because of love. It's got nothing to do with like silicon doping, which requires incredibly caustic acids. Actually, acids aren't caustic, are they? They're acidic.
Have you seen what's been going on in Texas the last week? Their fucking wind turbines are frozen, and they were plunged into mass blackouts.
Oh yeah, and the solar panels have ice on them and snow, so they're not working either. And it's like, wow, so you're telling me it's an unreliable technology, it's expensive, and it takes materials which we could be burning for energy to make these things.
Yeah.
So what about this one? Well, this one, Sinovoltaics, tell me a bit more about it. So let's have a look at this one. In the early article about...
Here's a question for you, Hobbit. Here's a controversial question, right? Is climate change real?
You mean global warming?
Well, they're calling it climate change now, aren't they?
Yeah, but
is this climate change, whatever they're banging on about, is it actually real, and are we contributing to it, or is it just some fantasy that they've all subscribed to?
Do you want the short answer so I can get back to this article?
Yes.
It's a load of bollocks to deindustrialise the West and give all that stuff to China, and in order to render us ineffective and turn us into third world peasants. Right, so solar cells. Cool. Yeah. Solar cells. They this one, they say, what were they talking about? They're making solar PV modules from the second most abundant mineral on Earth, which is quartz. Right? Second most abundant mineral on Earth is quartz. Okay, silicon is very abundant. If I look at terms of most abundant elements in Earth, list of elements in Earth by abundance. Let's have a look at that, and we should get a list of what the abundance of elements in Earth's crust. So we go to that one, and what we got. So the most common is oxygen, followed by silicon. So yeah, it's right. The most common the second most common mineral in Earth is silicon, but it's not quartz. Quartz is a highly purified form of silicon, which needs to be purified even more. So it's a bit of a misnomer to say that, oh yeah, it's really abundant, so don't worry about it. In chemical terms, quartz consists of a combined silicon-oxygen tetrahedral crystalline structure of silicon dioxide, the very raw material needed for making solar cells. The production process from raw quartz to solar cells involves a range of steps, starting with the recovery and purification of silicon, followed by its slicing into usable discs. Right, so how is the recovery and purification of silicon done? Well, that's where I have to go back to this article here, which is government white paper, an Egyptian white paper, which says, yeah, we take silicon source, which is quartz or quartzite, and a typical reductant blend comprising coke, coal, charcoal, and wood chips. So You can't just use coal and coke. You have to use wood chips as well. So, hey, maybe they could use some of that illegally mined balsa wood as wood chips. Oh, we got some photographs. So there's things being crushed, and it does that. There's a photograph. Well, that's good. And diamonds sourced to use 2018 conference, thriving in changing times. For further information, contact Carmelia Jardine, head of conferencing, and that's co.za. Oh, well, that's South African then. And the keynote speakers, the state of the diamond market is E. Blom Diamonds, and financing diamond projects, J. Campbell, Botswana Diamonds PLC. J. Campbell doesn't sound like a sort of typical diamond merchant name, if you ask me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What I wanted to cover my subject.
Yeah, I thought De Beers were up at the top of the diamond industry.
Ah, well, they did, but these are the keynote speakers. What are speaking in 2018 South African diamond thing. But so the thing is, climate change, or as we used to know it, global warming, is a conspiracy theory put out by people like Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum. I mentioned this, that other people have talked about it, but the idea behind it is you should feel guilty for doing everything in your day-to-day activity because you're releasing this evil poison gas called carbon dioxide, which, if we didn't have in our atmosphere, the plants would die, and then we'd have no oxygen to breathe, and then we would die. So this crazy... but...
I was going to say, but on the flip side, like, if you do give a fuck about global warming or climate change or whatever, then you need to save white people, because only white people give a fuck about it.
Yeah, so really, if we were concerned about this, we would be eliminating third-world shitholes from using coal power stations.
Yeah, coal and all that shit. We'd say you need to knock it off, and we need to create intelligent white people to save the fucking planet. Because it's only going to be fucking us who does it.
Furthermore to that, we would say, well, look, what you're doing there by releasing this evil carbon dioxide gas and gassing us all with this evil poison. I mean, if carbon dioxide levels are high, you will suffocate and it will kill you. So you have to watch out for that. So we could say, well, what you're doing is crimes against humanity. So we're allowed to use nuclear force in order to eliminate your evil chemical warfare factory, which is what your coal power station is. So yeah.
And we also can't have people in our own country, because the more people we have in the country, the more CO2 we produce. We've got a CO2 problem. We need less people in this country, so no one's coming in.
Well, it's because we're building all of the green spaces as well.
Yeah, we love nature. No more houses ever again.
Yep. And the other thing as well, you just got to say that, well, look, there's these people which want to develop, and but if they do that, they're going to use coal power stations or oil power stations and release all of this evil carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere and try and kill us all. And we can't allow them to do that, because Greta Thunberg bought a beachfront property along with George Soros, and if the sea levels rise, they'll get flooded.
For fuck's sake, they should be using solar power.
No, Phil. I mean, if you were watching the beginning of the thing, I just explained why you do not want to use solar cells, because I'll scroll to the top of this white paper again.
Sorry.
No, what they basically need to do is live in the dark and not even burn a fire, because if you burn a fire...
they don't need to do that.
No.
They're only doing that because they've been westernized because of Western imperialists, evil racists. So they need to go back to the way they were before we civilized them. They were more civilized before.
Turned up.
Here's the white paper. Here it is. So it says, so this is what you need. You need quartz, which is, silicon's the second most abundant mineral. Well, it's not a mineral. The second most abundant element on Earth. However, quartz is quite a rare one. It's semi-precious. So the reduction process causes so here we go. The charged materials include a silicon source, which in this case is quartz, because you want the most pure form of silicon oxide you can get. And then you need a reductant blend comprising coke, coal, charcoal, and wood chips. So you can't have solar cells because solar cells require carbon to make them.
Oh shit! Yeah, got you. The point is, Europe's got a problem. We're destroying the planet. We need less people here, because any more people that come to our country destroys the planet. They're better off without technology anyway. It's better off if they all die off. If they all die off, then at the end of the day, only Europeans are going to save the fucking planet as usual. So we've just got to chip in and fucking accept that.
So what you're saying is, in order to tackle climate change, I think that's the modern phrase for eliminate global warming. Yeah. In order to stop the climate from ever change, I mean, I'm sorry, I've got to like address the point. Isn't climate change known as weather? Because the climate always changes, right? And that's why we have weather.
Yeah, we have weather, but listen, I just go along with it. Listen, I don't give a fuck about climate change, but I go along with it. I'm like, yeah, climate change, massive problem. What we'll do is encourage intelligent white people to breed more, because they're the only people who can save the planet.
Well, this is the thing, Phil. I mean, I agree with it as well. I argue about semantics. I understand that this is an issue, and pollution is a big issue.
This is why white people need to breed more, because they can do the semantics and get the problem understood properly. Yeah. Whereas Africans are going to fuck around and I don't know, invoke voodoo or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is as well, you also have to stop white Europeans from using solar cells, because as I just pointed out here, it takes a lot of energy in order to purify silicon to make these panels. So
and who figured that out? Who figured that out? Was it a black man or was it a fucking European who figured that out?
Wow. How to purify silicon? I mean, we can look into the history of the integrated circuit, which I'm going to be covering in an upcoming 14 words, because, it's... there's no
spooky.
Yeah, well, it is spooky. Yeah, the history of electronics is a very strange thing.
It's magic.
It
European
is.
magic. That's what it is.
It is. It really is. I mean, but this whole thing of and then you say, okay, we can't use solar cells, but what about windmills? Well, we just found out in an earlier episode that windmills, the balsa wood used for making the impeller blades, those are illegally being chopped and mined. And the fact, can you mine wood? You can illegally harvest wood. You can't mine wood. No. So the fact is, you got to put a stop to these Ecuadorians from chopping down the rainforest, because don't they understand that we need the rainforest to combat climate change, the climate crisis, retards. The climate emergency. So the only way,
emergency. Stop it.
It's the emergency. I mean, it's more important than the plague. It's more important than wars. It's more important than qua rights. Because I mean. Let's face it, okay, I'm sure you really want your quartz jade dildo to ram up your ass, but if you haven't got any air to breathe because of all the carbon dioxide from the climate crisis emergency, then you won't be able to breathe long enough to enjoy that beautiful quartz dildo.
That's a good angle. It's like, do you realise the CO footprint of being a gay? Do you realise the kind of damage that you're causing the fucking planet?
Yeah.
Life, to keep your gay lifestyle alive is fucking... It's part of the problem. Massive part of the problem.
Yeah.
So no more gays now.
No, we can't do it. And speaking of which, I've got a pre-recorded bit of Pink News, so we'll be able to... We'll have that on, and then we can all go and do something for 5 minutes whilst it's playing. And then when we come,
they're destroying the planet.
They consume a lot, so you got to watch out for it. But don't worry, Woody, about missing the start. We decided to start early because Top Cat's like, "Come on, Hobbit, I'm raring to go. Let's get this show on the road." It's like, but I don't start till 7. He says, "Yeah, come on, let's get it done now. Fuck it, Hobbit, let's do it. So it's like, all right, with enthusiasm.
I finally found some Coke, so I'm on rum and Coke now.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get some of the Peruvian sniff. That's it.
It's good for
no. I'm on the Kraken tonight. You know that the meme fucking black spice rum.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's good rum, isn't it?
Not bad actually.
Can't be a bit of crack.
Oh yeah,
crack and the Coke.
Crack is
crack and Coke. Hobbit, did you watch that video that I just put in Doodling Pad?
Let's have a look at it. Russia's stray dogs with white-coloured fur.
It's a Raspberry Ripple and a Nick love story.
Drivers will be offered £3,000 credit to give up cars. Fuck you.
No, doodling pad.
I'm in
Doodling pad.
I'm in doodling pad. Oh, this is potential stories.
Yeah, fucking
mob.
It's hilarious.
There we go. So faster brings us closer. Our fastest, most reliable Wi-Fi ever.
Yeah, you gotta watch the video. It's hilarious. This fucking kid's in like some made-up version of Fortnite where you can be in a wheelchair. I thought it kind of tied in with last week's story about
Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D. Yeah.
Oh, is it that
They're
cripple
literally
advert?
turning this into a fucking meme now, aren't they?
Yeah,
Cripple the Half-Cast.
cripples can be just as good at action heroes as you.
Cripples are bad for the environment as well. Like all those wheelchairs and shit. That's fucking waste.
Well, I mean,
Adult diapers.
Aluminium takes a lot of energy to make, and those wheelchairs, you know, they use a lot of that. So that's bad for the environment. It is.
That's my angle now. It's bad for the environment. You can't be gay, can't be tranny, you can't be black. It's all bad for the environment. You need. This is an emergency. This is an emergency.
Yeah, a climate emergency.
The thing is, some people might look at this and go, "Oh, this is terrible," because they're going to form a relationship. Don't worry,
I want to be.
he's paralysed.
I want to be.
He's paralysed from the waist down, so no reproduction will take place.
I want to be a crip. I want to be a crip in a full battle royale game now. Do you want a crip hover chair like that, Hobbit?
Well, I'll tell you what, Cyberpunk 2077 was very regressive in not letting me play as a wheelchair-bound cripple.
Your iron lung, polio iron lung. That's
Yeah,
But it's also quite good. It's like even if you're in a wheelchair and can't get a bird, you can still get yourself a nig, can't you?
Well,
She'll
it's like-
fancy you.
Okay, V, we got this mission. You got to go and clip this kidney dialysis machine. What's your reward? You get a kidney dialysis machine. By the way, you've only got 5 minutes to do it. Why have I only got 5 minutes to do it? Because after then you'll die. So get that kidney dialysis machine. Oh, they call theft in it klep, as in kleptomania. So, yeah. So, sorry, I'm
giving theft a cutesy name.
I'm using Cyber Willy terminology, but actually, let me just have a look what klepto means. Let me
Cyber Willy Simulator.
You know what? There's all that.
Kleptomaniacs are kleptomania is an actual disorder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's the one.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! What's the doctor joke about? Doctor, I've got kleptomania. Well, you get David, take these pills. If they don't work, you get me a VCR.
Yeah.
How long does it normally take to install Windows 10 on a laptop, Hobbit?
It depends. Has the laptop got a hard drive or an SSD?
Hard drive.
In that case, it will take about 3 hours.
Bastard.
But the thing is, it's like, do you mean just installing Windows 10, or do you mean all the drivers and software afterwards? Because if you've got like a drive image for that laptop, it's literally a case of however long it takes to transfer to that. And typically with a modern hard drive, you're looking at less than an hour. Depends how many programs.
To be fair, it wouldn't be a problem if you stopped letting your kids rob all your money.
Well, yeah. This is the fucking issue, isn't it? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have a fucking problem if fucking I wasn't like the Bank of fucking England. It'd be alright.
Why don't you just write them IOU notes? And it's like, look, I mean, that's all money is, right? So it's as good as currency. Yeah. Take that to the shops.
Just nick from the shops? No, I'm going to teach them that.
Oh, actually, Hubbard, they're brought it up in the Metro again. What do you think to these? Well, I think they're twats. The ones that kill something and then have a picture taken with it.
What, the trophy hunters?
Yeah, trophy hunter poses with heart of giraffe she killed. She shot for 1,500 quid.
If you're not,
shoot her, mate.
If you're not going to eat the giraffe, then why have you wasted like that?
Yeah, doodling pad, Hobbit. If you want to talk about it.
Don't
Giraffes have the same amount of vertebrae as we do? Isn't that
Well,
what
it's a
that's
whole
about?
fucking industry, the trophy hunting thing. Like, I was looking into it a couple of years ago, and like, it's a
Have you
multi-billion.
seen that thing as well, where they like literally fucking kneecap the lion for you, so it's easier to shoot?
Yeah.
That's gay. If you're going to
Yeah.
kill a giraffe, you may as well fight it with a sword or something. It's not going to be fucking hard or anything.
Phil, Phil, some of these people, they'll take them onto like nature reserves and get them to hunt sort of semi-tame animals. It's ruthless what they do.
It's
Yeah,
coming
it's
right
stupid.
for us.
You may as well.
As I've
like,
said, what Africa needs, is sickle cell Ebola AIDS, and we can go and steward the land correctly.
Well,
Yeah,
as Phil and I discussed,
we need to save the environment.
as Phil and I discussed, I mean, I'm fully on board with global warming, which is now called climate change, and it is a serious problem. Carbon dioxide. Now, here's the thing, right? So it's even more important, and Pink News, you can quote me on this, carbon dioxide and the climate crisis emergency we got is even more important than gay rights. Now, hear me out.
Definitely.
I know you're about to shit out your butt plug, just hear me out. That butt plug wouldn't be possible without carbon dioxide. It takes a lot of carbon dioxide to make it, especially if you're using something like silicone, which is made from sand. Which is, if we go back to this article here about how solar cells or metallurgical grade silicon's made, you need quartz, which is a rare mineral, and then you need a reductant blend comprising coke, coal, charcoal, and wood chips. It takes a lot of energy and makes a lot of carbon dioxide to make solar panels.
You also need extremely archaic pollution rules.
What you mean? You need extremely non-existent pollution rules to deal with the
Yeah.
the lakes of incredibly acidic acid which pour out from the refining process. Because this is the thing, right? I've got like multiple tabs open here, and all of this is like trying to find out how are solar cells made. And most of them just say, oh, well, you know, we get a handful of sand and then we go shimshala abracadabra and then it turns into a photo. Yeah, we just, you know, we put some healing crystals over the sand and it magics into a PV cell.
Hobbit. You do need to look in potential stories. Woman won't shave moustache or unibrow because they help her weed out bad dates.
What?
Fuck me, would you look at this bird? Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Jinx.
Fuck.
Right. Let's look at this Portuguese woman. So,
Portuguese woman. She's a
dead.
Slav.
Aldina
Jaganjak.
Aldina Jaganjak, 31, who is sister of V and is not sure if I'm Portuguese or Transylvanian, often receives cruel comments like, why don't you fuck off back to the Quasimodo? Instead of saying because of a full mistress and unibrow, but she refuses to remove her facial hair.
Fucking hell. Look at the con job that is that picture on the left. The absolute fucking con job, isn't it? Women are fucking. They've been conning us for years, haven't they?
Yeah.
Why don't you just get it fixed? Why is she determined to be a freak?
This is the problem with the dropping stone. No, I mean, in the good old days, she'd have been burnt at the stake, wouldn't she?
Do you know, Jay, you are on my drink driving stream, which has since then been referred to as the incident, and in there,
Oh yeah.
I'm sober now.
The incident was a year ago on December the 30th. That was the incident.
I too had an incident in
Oh,
solidarity
mate,
with
she's
Top Cat.
fucking rough.
Oh yeah, you just had a look, have you?
Oh, mate.
Nobody's just seen it.
Mate. Do something
Oh
about
god!
them
If her face
eyebrows.
looks like that, what does her chuff look like? Jesus Christ!
Well, funny enough, the chat have also been asking that question, so let's read the article below, shall we? Emmy, so what you were saying about, you know, just a bit of corrective burning at the stake, you do a couple of times, it sets an example, and the rest of them go, you know what, I think I will shave my unibrow. Let's make it look.
You didn't
Yeah.
show that to the chat, did you?
What? The picture of her with her unibrow?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Oh, you horrible people.
well, you know, that's
Christ.
But the thing is, what I was saying is, we were talking about abortion. I was just saying, all you have to do is say, look, you're welcome to do an abortion. It's your right. We're pro-choice. We're forward-thinking liberal democracy and all that. But, however, it is child murder, and you will be facing firing squad at it. And then Jay said, "Oh, but what if they?"
But is burning witches like that okay? Is it?
Well, I mean, the modern equivalent of burning them is firing squad. I think firing squad's more humane than burning.
Is this what native Copenhagen's look like? Is it?
I've never been to Copenhagen, so I can't say.
But look at the state of it. I mean, look at the before and the with and without fucking makeup. Just what an absolute con job.
So is she Danish?
Well,
she looks like a cable, doesn't she?
I tell you, the fact is, I can tell you
she's obviously. She's
single
and ready to mingle, though.
Adina Jack is not a Danish name. The tutor from Copenhagen, Denmark, yes, twinned with Albania, has decided to embrace the hair that sprouts up between her eyes because the action to both helps her weed out bad dates and has made her embrace being different, or also known as ugly.
This is the problem. People want to be different now, don't they?
Someone in the chat says, you build the burning pyre and I'll build the hanging square next to it. Yes, that is right. You go over to a country with a strange alien culture and it's like, well, it's traditionally burn the wives with the husband. It's like, well, it's traditionally hang people that burn the wives with the husband.
Yeah.
So, Willie in the chat, Willie? Someone in the chat also says, name sounds Bosnian or something. Adina grew up in a small city where people are expected to stick to rigid beauty norms. Let's translate that. Adina grew up in a place where people were expected not to like an ugly
people
fucking
had standards.
Yeah, where people had standards, and if you look like that, you were sent to the circus because you're a bearded lady.
Do you know she only grows a tash, not a beard? So she knows the line has to be drawn somewhere, doesn't she?
So in March 2020, Aldina decided to put down the tweezers and razors and let her facial hair flourish, except for the one that would be her beard.
Yeah.
Shall we have a look at some bearded ladies? Because I don't want to read the rest of this stuff anymore. Bearded ladies. And, so what we got? So we got... There's a bit... Is that a bearded lady or is that a tranny? I can't tell. Is that a bearded lady or just a tranny? Is that a bearded lady or just a tranny? What about this one? Says it's a bearded lady, but I don't know. Looks like an imam to me. 7 unbelievable girls with a beard, better than most men.
That's a joke.
So why do some
most of those are blokes, aren't they?
Hirsutism. Hirsutism is a disorder that is basically genetic. It's the tendency to grow hair due to androgenesis, so they're tranny. PCD.
That's what Toller's miss is going to look like when she hits 30, isn't she?
Or when she hits 25. So there's something called polycystic ovary syndrome.
Yeah, I mean it's all fun and games, isn't it? Dating Indian birds, but they fucking hit the wall, don't they?
One day you wake up and she looks
they
like a
hit the
wolf
wall
lady.
like fucking Paul Walker, don't they?
So not sure if that is a man or a tranny. I don't think it's a woman. That's a man. I mean, it's a man who's got big tits and calls himself Rose Gill, but that's a man.
Speaking of big tits, Hobbit, look at the story above that.
Isn't this it's like JonTron? He's like a famous YouTuber. Hang on, let's see if I can find JonTron. Let's have a look at this. So there's JonTron, right? Okay, and let's have a look at this so-called bearded. That's just JonTron. See, it's JonTron.
Who the fuck is JonTron?
Fucking hell.
JonTron is a YouTuber that does a show about things. I don't know, but so Jennifer Miller.
Didn't he get some top level poon at some point, or has he never had any poon?
Well, assuming that baby there is his, then yes, he did. Except he's dressed up as a woman in this one, which is confusing. But JonTron, does he? he hasn't got earrings in these pictures. Maybe they're
Yeah.
just clip-ons then. But anyway, so there's John Tron with the baby. Jennifer is a circus entertainer hailing from America. She's also a teacher at the Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. She was never confused about the beard. The beard grows and she keeps it. I mean, that is a passable tranny, but it's still a tranny. Hanan Kara, sorry, but you are a Persian tranny.
Why are you insulting your fellow hobbits, Hobbit?
Am I?
Apparently that's what you're doing.
No, it's dwarfs that are hirsute. Hobbits do not grow beards. Conchita Wurst, famous Austrian singer
God.
Thomas Neuwirth, popularly known as Conchita Wurst, considers himself a cis man who is
Well, that's a geezer.
Yeah, that's just a man. So I'm trying to find genuine bearded ladies, and I can't find them because they're just men. Now this is more like it. No,
I don't think you can find any more Hobbit. They died off in like the 70s. Probably.
No, I found one right there. There is a bearded
They got
lady.
beaten to death behind the freak show.
There's a bearded lady. I found one. So more information.
Oh dear, these fucking chicks.
Yeah. DIY bearded lady Halloween costume. Facial hair advice.
See, that I don't mind because you know she's just messing around. She's tight.
Yeah.
She must have fucking long hair to be able to do that, mustn't she?
I just doxed my email address when I clicked on. Was it Pinterest or something? It just said. What was the one I clicked? My God, what the hell is that?
That's Ben Shapiro's sister, isn't it?
I don't. No, that's not Ben.
Halloween costume.
Myron Beard, IGN boards. I accept all the things.
Fucking hell, look, there's Daughter of Albion. Look, it's Boss-eyed. What the bearded ladies taught us, that one.
Is Phil going to debate her about the Russian thing?
Yeah.
The Russian question.
You won't want to be sat next to Daughter of Albion at a wedding reception. She'd be eating a dinner off your plate, wouldn't she?
Hey, did you know there's an Irish son? Oh look, it's that tranny that's featured before. Rose Gill, who's 42, recently been competing the only female in all-male beard championships, placing 6 out of 107 contestants. That's a smashing blouse you've got there. So there's beards. There's beards and there's her.
Beard.
Actually, you know what? That probably isn't a tranny.
Is she single and ready to mingle? Is she?
She's 42, and she used to shave twice a day to hide a hairy secret. But now she's just like, you know what? I can't be bothered anymore.
Twice a fucking day, Jesus, that's got to be hormonal, isn't it?
I mean, you know what? There's some people that are more.
How many people in this world could be sorted out by just getting injected with some fucking hormones?
I don't know, but she's
Would that actually clear up a lot of this fucking weirdness if they just doled out fucking hormones a bit more often?
Madflax would be alright, wouldn't he? Get some fucking testosterone into the boy, he'd be fine.
Oh God, look at the look of terror in the dog's eyes. He's like, this isn't a woman that's holding me, it's a bearded monster. Single. She is single. Single Rose kept her hair growth. Is that saying she's got a single Rose? Or that she's single ready to mingle? Kept her hair growth a secret when she was at school, secretly shaving twice a day and carrying a razor around in a handbag. Rose says she's still...
Twice a fucking day? Oh, Jesus.
Rose said she's still...
That's got to be a hormonal issue. That's got to be like she's got too much testosterone or something.
She's got more testosterone than Charlie Big Potatoes.
Rose said she's still the subject of cruel comments and abuse and is really mistaken for a man. She says, it's a really supportive community. When there is an issue, I have a lot of backup. Men do get my face asking, why am I in a dress? And I tell them, have you ever considered the words of the learned Dr. Edward Dutton? He's a good friend of mine.
What's this about Rose Kitten selling her fucking minge on the internet?
What?
I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. It was something I come across on
I think
Twitter.
a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she selling her chuff on the internet or what? Or just pictures of her chuff?
I don't, you know, what's his fucking Theo? You know that weirdo goth dude, whatever. And then
I have no problem with Theo whatsoever. At least he's not living with a paedophile.
That's it. He's pretty normal for PA standards.
At least he's straight. At least he's straight and not a paedophile. At least he's looking at pictures of women.
Yeah, you have to give him points for that for a change.
Yeah, fucking hell, I didn't think he had it in him.
Because I don't want to go.
I didn't think he had it in him. What's going on?
I'm trying to see Miss Jane.
In there, mate. You're going to say something in there, mate.
It takes people a while to accept.
Oh shit! I mute myself. Woj was doing it as well, mate. He was on that thing as well.
Of course, he was
fucking looking at geezers. Props to fucking Theo. He don't look like he's got it in him, but he has.
People look for something in my parents. It isn't there. Embarrassing.
I mean, we spend a lot of time slagging off PA, but at least they've got one that's fucking straight.
Yeah, he's the
and now he's not a PA regional organiser anymore. They booted him out, didn't they?
Fucking
Chad. Yeah. Who'd have thought Theo would be the highest test in the whole of fucking.
Yeah. Mark's like, fucking hell, he's looked at naughty pics of girls. Oh.
What a fucking pervert!
Nativists, why can't you be more like him instead of living with a nonce?
You know, someone's living with a nonce, absolute crickets. Theo's looked at pictures of women. Whoa, he's got to go. He's got to go. He can't have that kind of behaviour.
Degenerate, isn't he?
Is an article which might
absolutely
be
haram.
Here's an article which might be a bit interesting. This is quite good. Someone in the chat just said, "Hey, look at this one. I have a nightmare about living in a dystopia where Movie Bob is the ruler of humanity."
I've never seen Movie Bob.
He's fat and that's all I know. Oh, and someone knocked on his door and then he opened the door and then got annoyed, so he shot the guy who was knocking at his door. And it's recorded.
Gina Carano's, speaking of movies, Gina Carano's big interview with Ben Shapiro's dropping tonight, apparently.
Wow.
She might be doing some naming of names.
Oh, wow.
Or slagging off Disney.
I'm sure she'll be saying exactly what Top Cat said on this Drunken on Drug stream. Exactly the same
I don't think she'll be saying that when she gets... I don't think she'll disappear for half hour going to get the beers while we think she's passed out either.
I mean, she'll be like, you know, her ass will be in level with Ben Shapiro's face, and he's like, "Oh God, she gassed me! Yeah,
brap.
Yeah, she gassed me! Yeah." So here's an article. Here's an article which I think.
Would you like to be brapped in the face by Gina Carano?
No, but
yeah.
I mean, she could put
would
me.
You
in
let her brap in your face here now? If you got the poker afterwards.
Oh, fuck yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Take one for the team.
It depends.
Yeah, she says, I'll let you motorboat me, but I've got to brap in your face first. You'd let her do that, you know.
But what's she been eating though? That's the real question. I mean, you know, if she's just been eating
cabbage juice, egg curry.
No, I mean, if she just had something like you know, like a fruit salad and something like that, then you know, go ahead.
Hell, someone's just fell down the stairs.
Just
fell down the stairs, I think.
Well, here's an article from
falling down the stairs.
Here's an article from the Irish Times, the Irish Sun. It says Ireland will have an outdoor summer this year, as mixing between households won't be needed to stay sane. It has been claimed. Members of NPHET are set to meet with the Cabinet Subcommittee on COVID-19 tomorrow. That's the Irish name for Ching Chong Chinky Box. To make the recommendations for revised living with Ching Chong Pan to be finalised on Tuesday. Professor Philip Nolan said Ireland will have an outdoor summer this year. Tayo Search
Michael... do the one about the mum with size H boobs left with crippling pain, crowd funds to raise 10k for breast reduction.
Bitch. Tayo Search Michael Martin is to be expected to be
absolutely degenerate.
It's to be expected. That's as bad as trannyism. I mean, all these trannies like, I want size H boobs.
Fucking hell, she's 5'2", weighs 10 stone, and her breasts are 34H. Fucking hell, and weigh half a stone in themselves.
Is this Ben Shapiro's sister?
That's red pill. That's red pill. You know, she should be. Ultimate fucking women mensch. She's women.
Uber. But whatever woman is. What's the female for Mensch, Robert?
Frau.
Mädchen. It's Mädchen, isn't it? No, it's
Mädchen?
Frau, yeah.
Phil, why did you back out of a debate with DOA today?
Are you on the run from DOA, are you, Phil? Is that what it is?
She got you on the ropes, Phil.
I was busy, yeah. I'm part of the proletariat. I got shit.
I'm sorry,
Listen, DOA.
I'm a bit
I'll debate.
I was going to be the Andy Warski. Andy Warski's a thick fucking prick. But,
So you're going to be like Andy
fucked up,
Warski
he's been
then?
on the beer again. We're all in trouble.
you know, Andy Warski's a thick fucking prick, but he can kind of mediate or whatever between people, and I thought I could do that between you and DOI.
Okay, you fucking faggot, and I you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Sweeney, this article continues with Professor.
What do you say, though, Phil? If Romanov versus Bolshevik.
Go and get yourself a sports bra, you fucking fat cunt.
To be fair, I'm kind of with you anyway, because of
Yeah,
but,
fuck pretty princesses. That's bullshit.
Jelly
Yeah, exactly.
I do.
Oh, Hemi. No, there's new drops.
I think DOA's position isn't fully understood.
Believe me, that'll be rectified within the hour.
Yeah, it will be rectified within the hour. Charlie, just so you know, Charlie, I could smack you about with the right hand, tied behind my back, you fucking faggot. I could literally, in a very literal sense, tie my right hand behind my back, and I'll jab.
Some of your younger viewers might not know what this is. It's called a swastika.
You fucking faggot.
But they're racist.
You could go to there right now. And
the Romanov debate. The Romanov discussion or whatever, Phil. You versus, you know.
Right, we'll get
I will find.
Not only are they racist, though, Dad.
Just want to find out how it. Because to me, it's not a big thing, you know.
It isn't, though.
And ambushed by local hooligans.
In terms of you know what's occurring, you know, in today's fucking Great Britain. Yeah. But I know you think there's some parallels or whatever, and you know, I think that you and DOA will be able to reach a National Socialist kind of agreement.
Absolutely blown the fuck
out by DOA, mate.
Didn't want to fucking know it. Jelly titch ass. And neither did fucking Lioness from the other group that she talked at when you was threatening her. Fucking fat woman abusing, manipulating cunt.
Charlotte, you know, I could do whatever I want as a fat woman abuser. I tell you what. I can do that. I can abuse other women with my right hand whilst I'm jabbing you off with my left hand, you fucking non-athlete.
Oh, dear.
It's like, yeah, you know.
Don't die, Hemi.
Oh dear. Fucking hell. This train's on its side, it's sliding through the fucking station like in Die Hard with a Vengeance, isn't it?
I'm sorry, what's the, I'm sorry. What were we on, we talking about Harvey or what?
Oh dear.
He's a fucking faggot, that fucking
Phil,
Charlie though. He wants to be he wants to be a fucking tough guy, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, you know, just give me a list of the people that you've banged out, because I don't think you're a tough guy, like you say. And, you know, Secret Sources and Dopey Chris might think you're a tough guy, but I know otherwise. And I can fucking perform in gym sort of situations that you can't. And, you know, I've got the background that you haven't got, Charlie, you know. I was playing for the fucking Lancashire County up until the age of 18. You know, I was a tough guy, fucking college student or
is
whatever.
This where people were saying that Lancashire doesn't have a rugby team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, why would
Well, it
people
wasn't
say...
people, it was Jim Bob.
Yeah, because like, why would Jim Bob say that? Because obviously, I know
But when Charlie was being confronted with 6 months in prison and he fucking ran off, I was being confronted with other situations. I find out the fucking the so-called fucking English nationalist fucking he's a Scouser, he's working class, he's this and that. Fuck off, you fucking prick! Because he's gone to Spain, and what's he doing whilst he's there? He doesn't even want to be fucking part of England.
Top Cat. I think I found a
He's
story.
Lilo, isn't he? Lilo Pinchy.
Top Cat, I think I found a story about Charlie and what he's up to in Spain in the Irish Times. This is Dear Deirdre. She's the Irish twin of Deirdre.
He's a fucking prick.
Yeah. Well, no, it's good thing you mentioned prick, but she says, Dear Deirdre, my girlfriend is a sports massage therapist, and I just found she's been getting happy endings to Charlie Baked Potatoes. I'm wondering if I should finish the relationship.
By Ray says, in fairness, if you're going after Charlie, then accusations of abusing women has weight to the top. I think By Ray's calling him a fucking big girl as well.
I'm wondering if I should finish the relationship as I don't want to get hurt. She's 25, absolutely beautiful, and I've enjoyed the best sex ever with her. She's really adventurous and confident about her body. I am a kid's football coach, age 27. We met when I went to her with a thigh injury. For the moment I walked into her treatment and I fancied her. I had to really control my body's natural response to having an absolutely beautiful one massage my inner thigh and leg for half an hour. So I managed not to embarrass myself and about to follow up a poem for next week. Then I totally came in her face, and then it was love at first sight, or first spunk. Over the following month we developed a great friendship. Not only is she gorgeous, but she totally healed my leg. We have both loads in common and share a love of running. We started exercising together and began dating. But recently she told me she found a new job as a lead
So does this thick Irish twat think that he's the only person that's tried to pull her and succeeded? Is this what his dickhead's actually thinking?
No, you don't understand, Hemi. The love they share is perfect and it's pure as the driven snow. Something didn't sit right. Gyms are closed, so where could she be going? Her response was she was setting up a youth department ready for the end of lockdown and it didn't stack up. So I googled her number and Scotty came up plenty of other massage websites, some offered erotic massages. I messaged her from another number, asking if she did massages with happy endings. She replied, yes, and I'm tired I'm the best in the trade. I'm devastated. We had such a great time together. I don't know how to approach my discovery with her. She'll probably be offended and cross that I've been snooping around. Would it be simply easier to walk away like the big gobshite I am? And Deirdre says, walking away may be avoid difficult...
Hold on, I just need to ask Toppy a question. What do you think to the shocking rumours that Theo is actually straight, Toppy, and cruises adult work websites?
So...
No, he's gone down Tesco's again.
Okay, well, Deirdre says, walking away may be avoid a difficult conversation, but as you have feelings let us go, you know an honest talk, Z. You do not know any of the circumstances why you should be offering erotic massages, and the only way you will know is that, Phil, why are you such an idiot? Why are you such a great idiot? That's what your kids say. Offering erotic massages, and the only way you'll learn about what this is really going if you talk to her. She may feel she have no other choice but to offer sexual massages.
John McNamara says he's in the third position in that relationship.
He most certainly is. I think he's a third wheel in this one, if you know what I mean. She may welcome a supportive conversation about how she wanks off men to strangers for cash. But of course,
I'm surprised dear Deirdre didn't start with sex work is real work. Have you noticed she'll give women a free pass for fucking just about anything on Dear Deirdre?
You don't understand. This is Deirdre's regressive Irish cousin. And this is Deirdre or Deirdre. So she may feel she has no other choice but to offer sexual massages. If she has financial problems or other issues forcing her down the risk route, she may welcome a supportive conversation. Perhaps you could give her wrist a massage after it gets all ready. But of course, this may be her choice and she may want to stick with it. You need to consider whether you have a future together, with or without compromises. If she refuses to give up a job, you have to decide if you're happy to continue a relationship or whether it's time to walk away. Have a look at my support pack looking after your relationship to help you with these difficult discussions. So,
I don't know, but I don't think it's...
Boris completely lost the plot. Have you seen this one? Boris wants to build giant roundabout under the Isle of Man. The Prime Minister is said to be backing a plan that would see 3 tunnels meeting at a roundabout under the island dubbed Douglas Junction.
£50 a day.
I think Tolkien's on the phone, so I'll mute him.
oh yeah, I was just going to say,
Is he ringing adult work, Docom? It's
Nah,
about
I think
£50.
I heard 50 quid.
CXVI.
I think he's getting himself a hooker.
The chat topic.
He's haggling with the hook. I'll give you 50 quid, then what?
Yeah.
as entertaining as it might be to
It's
listen
good enough
to...
for Theo, it's good enough for Toppy.
Fucking
Go for it, son.
But there might be personal details about where he lives and stuff, like, do you do home calls?
Yeah.
We don't
that's
need to
what's
hear that. Yeah.
Cool. I believe they call them in-calls. In-calls, I think. Is what they're called.
So where's this...
How do you know that?
I remember from
How do you
Lacey's
know that?
advert.
Ross Johnson, Isle of Man, roundabout. Roundabout.
I'm worried about how you know this.
It's in potential, Hobbit. I put it in potential.
Oh, okay.
I am genuinely worried about how you know this, Hemi.
What?
That they're called in-calls.
I told you, fucking Lacey's advert. You never seen Lacey's advert in Paisley Adult Work. You never seen
Oh,
that?
God. Fucking hell.
Boris wishes to build... Oh, did you want to read this story out, Hemi, as you found it?
She's a spinner. She's a spinner as well. Do you remember that, Hobbit? She said she was a spinner. I had no idea that spinners even exist until I read her ad.
Spinner?
Yeah, so... it's like, what the fuck? How have we got a madman running our country? He's absolutely batshit insane, isn't he?
Hang on.
The Prime Minister has hopes of building an underground roundabout beneath the Isle of Man to connect Britain to Northern Ireland, Whitehall, his claim.
It's got to be a joke, surely.
The transport network, I wish it was. Under the alleged plans, the transport network could see as many as 3 tunnels heading out from England, Scotland, in a bid to iron out post-Brexit trade issues across the UK. They were connected a roundabout named Douglas Junction after the island's capital before heading out across the Irish Sea beneath the Isle of Man, reports the Sunday Times. Several senior Whitehall sources said to have dismissed the roundabout plans as round the bend, but it is so beloved by Boris Johnson that it cannot die. The latest plans come amid the talks of a 25-mile underwater tunnel dubbed Boris's Burrow, connected to Britain. It sounds like a fucking joke, doesn't it?
It's Boris's fucking...
Yeah, but then
Burrow.
again, the Channel Tunnel is like that. I don't know, I think this could be... some argument could be made for it. It might make the ferries more competitive. I mean, the Channel Tunnel means... we did lose the hovercraft from that, but I think that was on the way out anyway. Due to just the maintenance costs. But whilst you were reading that out, Hemi, I got curious about what is a spinner, and oh Jesus Christ, that horrifies me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I introduced you to that Hobbit, but
yeah, I don't know what it is.
introduced me to it with their advert.
Here we go. So spinner, for example, some Johns use the term spinner to refer to a petite female, a girl who is so tiny in proportion that you can put her on top of your bone and spin her like a top. There you go.
What could go wrong with that?
That's why they called a spinner. But if we look here, so this is the proposed tunnels.
How about this one then? Queen's Roger Taylor labels Brexit deal dreadful retrograde step for musicians, because you can't sell music abroad to other countries when you're not in the European Union, can you? It's impossible.
It's about the touring. They're kicking off because they have to apply for visas now, and they can't travel.
It's not like they have fucking departments that are literally just do this shit, is there?
Exactly.
Rich cry as they strike you.
What the fuck? Hey, do you remember Trisha Goddard?
Yeah, the fat bitch.
Yeah.
No,
I went to school with her.
The black one that filled in for the fat bitch. Trisha Goddard feared she had passed HIV to newborn daughter after late husband's secret battle.
Whoops.
The fuck, don't.
I went to school with Trisha's daughter.
Oh, Trisha, 63, was led to believe that Robert had lymphoma, but after speaking to those close to him after the funeral, learned he'd actually been diagnosed with AIDS. Oof. Oh, fucking hell, what a bastard. What a proper lad, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a bit of a shit move, that is.
Yeah, it's a bit fucking. Oof.
See if I can find
There you go, lads. If you got HIV, just tell Bird you got lymphoma.
Some massive memories.
Yeah.
You know, her wanting to get her breasts reduced is deeply transphobic.
Oh, Hobbit, do you want to do fat burgers heavy as a bungalow? Fat burgers heavy as a bungalow smelled like festival toilets and rotten meat.
Well, how about, before we get into an article about disgusting stuff, we just take time to appreciate her tits for a bit longer and talk about how it's deeply transphobic that she wants to get them reduced. Do you realise the amount of trannies that would kin and skill a woman alive for breasts like that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
crackers, aren't they?
That's a nice set. Am I back on now or what?
Oh, hello, hello.
Yeah, she's 5'2" and they're 34H top cat.
Oh, that sounds like you know.
You sound a bit like you were trying to procure a hooker top cat. That's why we muted you.
Yeah, was you getting a takeaway?
I don't know.
Was it an in-call or an out-call top cat? Oh dear God, I hope I'm not correct.
He's going to get knocked in about half hour.
The fact is, she's quite a good.
Look, she looks a bit like Laurie Tyler, doesn't she?
She looks all right, I'd say. I'm just thinking she had a few stretch marks from her pregnancy. I'm sure the babies appreciated her breasts. They are massive, aren't they? I mean, there's.
Fucking hell. Yeah. And beauties.
I mean, so what else are there? Wiki Fox News. That's just the same picture of her. We got any more?
Are you looking for some new?
I just want more pictures of her face and maybe like with a push-up bra or something to see what it might look like.
I don't think you get anything that's got the sort of strength to push them up, Hobbit.
Oh, I don't know. I think my hands could do the job.
They need weighing. Way.
So unfortunately, that's as much as I can find about Kelly Mitchard. And good luck with your. I mean, maybe you should get like some sort of operation for a back brace, because you want to keep your body intact as much of your time.
Yeah.
What other nice stories have we got? Who forgot?
You dodging the Fatberg story then, Hobbit? Are we saving that for Tuesday?
Yeah, you know what? We've got enough disgusting news coming up. I'm going to do a mid-show pre-record playing of Pink News reading, and then we can all, you know, like.
Do you want to do the one about man facing £2,000 bill for overstaying at McDonald's car park for 17 minutes?
Oh yeah, that sounds scintillating. But what about this one here? Who forgot to?
You could do one of your voices. You could do one of your voices for him, Hobbit.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what about this? Who forgot to invite Chun-Li to the Mortal Kombat? Because apparently
Oh shit, yeah.
So
yeah, why isn't Chun-Li in the Mortal Kombat bit?
Isn't Chun-Li a character in Street Fighter?
That might be the reason she's not in there. But apparently nobody's seen Johnny Cage yet, so it looks like the straight white man might be chucked out of.
I don't No, it was all Street Fighter I was familiar with. So, Mortal Kombat, I played it a few times. I remember Striker. So, there is a new Mortal Kombat here to life. And oh my god, no, I apologise, audience. I didn't realise they'd actually print the F word. So, fuck these cunts. I'm not reading any more of this.
Yeah.
Bastards. Absolute bastards. The fuckers trying to get me to swear. Fuck off. Not doing it. It's just not on.
The Hobbit potential stories, the one I've just put in there. Why is it this black woman hasn't found women? It's not your fault if you haven't found your perfect match yet. Did you want to do that one, Hobbit?
Yeah, it's definitely not to do with you or unrealistic standards or anything. Those aren't size 38 breasts, are they? When I saw a man that had commented underneath Halle Berry's Instagram, hang on, why am I doing this? Have you got like attention deficit or something? Wasn't there going to be a McDonald's article? Yeah, let's do
going to do that. Yeah, it's just up from there. I think it'd be one of your trademark.
Let's do that, and then we can have a chat about it, because too much content, not enough people. Anyway, the content, then the chat. A pensioner's trip to take his grandson for a happy meal ended as a sad meal, with facing more than £2,000 in parking
see what they
bills.
did there. That was clever.
I actually put that bit in. John Babbage, he's 75, overstayed the 2-hour free parking allowance by 17 minutes after he dozed off while Tyler played with his
So when
friends.
they say he's disabled, is he blind then, is he?
But Mr. Babbage from Luton says he was oblivious to the cost because the four £100 fines were sent to an address that did not exist. He said he only found out the money he owed when bailiffs from debt collection firm DCBL showed up at his house 4 years later demanding.
So why is his driver's license going to an address that doesn't exist? Is Mr. Babbage a bit of a con man then?
So they said they demanded £400 in fines and £1,651 in costs. The retired businessman's wife, Libby, told the Mirror, "There was a knock at 8:30 p.m. I know you're not obliged to let them in, but it was terrifying." She said the bailiffs would not believe her claims that they had never received the tickets. It was a nightmare.
Of course, though, because bailiffs are cunts. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Are you having a shit, Hobbit?
Well, Mr. Babbage might be when he saw the bailiffs at 8:30.
To be fair, I bet he don't. Does he? I bet he's a proper fucking lazy cunt.
McDonald's says they are really happy with the car park operator Highview Parking, and they want them to review the fine, see if they can possibly charge more, and perhaps break Mr. Babbage's legs because you fuckers, you don't pay up, you get your kneecaps done in. The case will be heard in court next month. Metro.co.uk has contacted Highway Parking DCBL for comment, and they said,
dear, did you know Meghan's going on Oprah? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? This article brings up something. Have anybody in the chat seen Repo Man? It's from 2010.
The Queen's fucked them both up.
Yeah.
What a fucking shit film that was. Denzel Washington tries to play up being a hero, and it's like...
Well, basically, they tried to spin a film out of that bit from Monty Python's Meaning of Life, didn't they?
What was that then? Because it looked like Philip
The donor card bit. You know, if you got a donor card, do you remember that bit?
Oh yeah, that's it. And then they're taking his organs out whilst he's still living. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like something like a Philip K. Dick novel, and someone's like, oh, well, Blade Runner's popular. You'll be in this, and it'll be really good, man. And it's just like. So the premise behind
That's your mate is Idris Elba in that, isn't it, Hobbit?
Denzel, also known as Denzel Washington, the one who's got a lazy eye.
Poundland Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Denzel Washington's got a lazy eye along with the rest of his lazy body. Now, the premise behind
no, that's Forrest Whitaker, isn't it? That's not Idris Elba.
Oh, they all look the same, mate. I can't tell the difference. Now, the premise behind the film is that there's artificial limbs and organs which you can get. They're really expensive, and if you don't pay for them, then the repo men will come and collect the organs from you. They'll harvest them from you. So it's a bit shit if you've got like a heart or something, which, it's like, oh, I was using that heart. So what happens...
Well, too late. You owe money on it.
Yeah, and so what happens in this one is... Denzel Washington, Idris Elba, the Coon. Let's just refer to him as that because that way I know I'll get us right. The Coon his partner's Jude Law, and if Jude Law wants to retire from the job because his wife says, "Look, if you keep on like harvesting people's organs, I'm going to divorce you. I'm not happy about you, harvesting live organs from
because
people."
obviously he has no morals whatsoever. This geezer, I suppose his morals go well. They owe them some law.
And so in this case, he's like, "All right, I've got one more job and I'll quit." But then the coon goes, "Ooga booga, I don't want him to retire." So the defibrillator he uses to stop his client's heart, he reverses the polarity on them or some bullshit like that. And
reverses the polarity. What, Star Trek?
Yeah, he does a Star Trek thing. So Jude Law is holding the defibrillator by the plastic handles, and I'll have you know, what with me being an advanced electrical engineer, I can tell you that plastic doesn't conduct electricity. So he touches the metal.
Well, that's why the handles would be made of plastic, so they don't.
Yeah, so he touches the metal part, i.e. the conductive part of the defibrillator, to this other coon's chest, who owes like the heart back to the company. And then when he does that, Jude Law gets knocked unconscious, and he wakes up. It's like, "Oh, sorry, it turns out that one knock to your heart, you a man in your 30s, is enough that your heart's dead. So we've replaced it with this new heart. You now owe us $671,000, and if you don't pay in 90 days, then we'll take it away." So Jude Law realises he's not going to be able to make the money, and then Denzel Washington gets sent to recuperate the costs from him, and then they have a fight, and then they run away. Oh, and Jude Law finds the divorce happens, and then he finds this like prostitute who he falls in love with, and then they go on the Cape and they go towards like the company where the prosthetics are done. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna fight them." So they have a fight, and then the coon comes in, and he's like, "Mate, don't fight me. Let's talk it out, because we all know black bastards like you are such peaceful people." And then the Ooga Booga goes, "Yes, you're right. So that's why I'm going to help you fight the system and bring it down." They put a couple of grenades in. There's this like receptacle where you.
Well, as you know, black people love nothing more than fighting the system, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And especially when they can like get a free telly or some Nike Air Jordans from it. And so there's a receptacle for putting the organs in, and he sticks a couple of grenades in there, and it blows up, and then like the happy music's done, and like Jude Law's retired on the beach somewhere, and the coon's there as well. But then they have to ruin the film more than what was ruined before, and there's like a glitch, and he realises that he's not actually escaped. And then they showed like he's been in the coma in the fight where Jude Law was fighting the coon. He actually lost, and the coon won. But I'll get this right: the coon, out of the kindness of his own heart. Now, bear in mind, this coon caused him to have a replacement heart, so because he didn't want him to retire because. "Oh yeah, it would be really sad if I couldn't work with you anymore, because it's not as if we don't hang out every weekend having a barbecue together. I'd be really sad if we didn't meet each other only 2 days a week instead of like 7. So this coon, this coon conspires to cause grievous bodily harm to his so-called best friend, so that he owes like more than $500,000 to this company, who will like pull our organs out of live people, live organ harvesting. And then he's like, "Well, it's all right, you see, because here's like 50 organs I've pulled out of other unsuspecting victims, and I'm going to use all the money of that to put him in this limbic system, so he'll be in the coma for the rest of his life, but he'll be having happy dreams about being on the beach, except for when occasionally he glitches and he realises that he's in a coma." So fuck you. That was a waste of fucking time. Just like this article, really. So you know what, Mr. Babbage, I feel sorry for you for having a nap in there, but perhaps you should realise that this isn't the world you grew up with, and you can't have a nap in the car park anymore, because a bailiff will come to your house and he will fucking rip your kneecaps out and then smash you in the head with a hook and then say, "Oh, I did it for his own good, you see, because I'm a fucking coon that makes my best friend's heart fail." Fuck Repo Man and fuck this story. So, what do we all think of this story?
I'll put the weird section in, Hobbit. There's an escaped cow that charges into a...
Oh, yeah.
Couple drove to Dartmoor to take part in coldest sex ever.
Well, the thing is...
A husband found dolls in a grave after his wife lied she gave birth to twins.
It's 8 o'clock, so we're having the half-time with a half-time thing. So we'll do this. We'll have a 5-minute reading of
We've
it.
got this news pre-recording.
Oh yeah, that's the point. So this is supposed to be. So I'll go to Pink News, and what? Hang on.
You just clicked on the weird news.
Yeah, I know. I just saw something there, which was so. This is
nearly chokes on his chicken after boxes filled with interesting meat.
Yeah, that's it.
And that looks a bit like a pee-pee.
Yeah, it does. Which is related to this Pink News reading. It's about government free speech hurts the Quars. Hang on. So, you won't be able to hear it. You just listen in the YouTube stream, and then...
Trust that the Quars are already kicking off that the government are talking about free speech.
Right, so... There we... No, don't mute OBS. What I need to mute is Discord. Right, so there we go. Chat. 5 minutes of this. I need to bugger off and get a drink. Controversial free speech plans for universities cite research from a homophobic hate group. The UK government's controversial free speech plans for we're just going to repeat what the headline said in this paragraph. It has been revealed. The government announced on Tuesday, which was the 16th of February, that a free speech champion will be appointed to the board of the Office of Students. Of the Board of Office for Students, a regulatory body for universities. It was also revealed that the new legislation will be brought forward to give people the right to sue universities and student unions if they are deplatformed. A government white paper outlining the proposal cites research from the international branch of Alliance Defending Freedom, the ADF. Open Democracy reports. The ADF was officially designated as an anti-LGBT+, the plus stands for pedophile, hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Centre, the SPLC, in 2017. According to the SPLC's profile, the ADF and its members have regularly demonised LGBT. The T stands for I can't believe the paedophiles didn't put a plus in this sign, falsely linking them to paedophilia. The plus stands for paedophilia, calling them evil. Paedophilia is evil, and a threat to children's society. Paedophiles are a threat to children's society. Blaming them for the persecution of devout Christians. The government white paper compiled by the Department of Education references research by ADF International, but fails to mention the group's stance on LGBT plus rights. The plus stands for paedophile. The fact that the government has chosen to cite a homophobic hate group gives credibility to the ADF's extremist and intolerant views. LGBT+, the plus stands for paedophile, rights activist Peter Tatchell said, "This is shocking, but perhaps not surprising. The Conservatives have failed to deliver on their promises to reform the Gender Recognition Act and ban LGBT. The T stands for the transphobes. Once again, have forgotten the plus. The plus stands for paedophile. Conversion therapy. On these issues, government views echo those of the ADF. The research paid for by the ADF and conducted by polling company Survation found that half of students worried that expressing views about issues they cared about could lead to them being treated differently by their peers. According to the research, 60% of students have never hidden their views on issues that were important to them. Just 15% said they had hidden their political views, while 10% said they had kept their religious views under wraps. ADF International claimed the research provided evidence of campus censorship at UK universities. The UK government also relied on surveys from Policy Exchange, a right-wing think tank, in putting together its free speech plans. Open Democracy found that the group got a key fact wrong in one of its surveys, saying students that academic Germaine Greer cancelled her appearance at an event after a petition was circulated over anti-trans views. In fact, Greer did not cancel her appearance, and she subsequently spoke at the event, encountering only a dozen protesters. The government has defended its war on woke as a bid to defend academic freedom in public institutions, with the objective that public funds must never be used for political purposes. But critics fear the plans could give universities the right to the green light to platform transphobes, homophobes, pedophobes, and racists under the guise of free speech. Free speech here means racist, fascist, transphobic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, etc. speech free from opposition, accountability and consequences, said Dr. Lisa Tilley, a lecturer at Birkbeck. Universities need to reject this authoritarian move, which goes well beyond Trumpism. Others pointed to the government's own report on the topic, which stated it did not find the wholesale censorship of debate which media coverage has suggested. The government appears to support free speech so much that despite there being no evidence of a free speech crisis on campus, they want to create a free speech champion with the specific purpose of sanctioning institutions for allowing people to exercise choice and free speech, said Joe Grady, General Secretary for the University and College Union. You fucking lying cunts. Fuck the lot of
you. You have to sort of poke him a bit to get him to say stuff.
Yeah.
He does. Once he gets going, he's all right. But he's no fool.
Listen here, Flossie. I was talking about something with big pussy.
I'm booting him. I'm going to unmute. Let's see what he's saying. Let's see what he says.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, Toppy. Fuck me. Oh, fucking. He was
I fucking hate hiccups. Oh, man, when you're drinking. Oh.
Look at him, look. Fucking stay to him. Absolute fucking stay to Toppy. See. I bet he is a fucking night. Can you imagine trying to go on a fucking night out with Toppy and fucking Nordic?
Fuck
Jesus
me. I'm
fucking
bad.
Christ.
Oh, that would be. It'd be like babysitting, man. Fucking
I think one of them would be bad enough, but you can imagine going on a fucking Toppy and Nordic. Jesus fucking Christ.
The amount of fucking trouble you
He'd
get.
just be walking from fight to fight, wouldn't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Flexed on the Hobbit, Toppy. He's just. I think he just wants to get a few things off his chest, doesn't he? I think.
Yeah.
I bet you've been stream cucked, mate.
And H2N. Right, so there's my microphone going out to that thing. And then
Can you hear us,
Is anyone
Hobbit?
going to tell Hobbit?
Just a minute. Voice and video. Oh, dear.
What
Dear,
the fuck is going on?
that was a bit confusing. Sorry about that. It turns out I was using the wrong microphone all this time. I was just like, why is my voice sounding so weedy and it's got all the interference in it? And it's like, because I had my backup microphone plugged in and my main microphone wasn't turned on. So,
Oh fuck! You and Toppy now have the same amount. 20. Toppy's went gone down. Have you seen Toppy's fucking absolutely pissed out of his brain, hiccuping, and he's fucking stream cucking your Hobbit?
is it that he wanted to say something but felt like his own platform would have been better? And
I think so. I think he knows we're stupid, so he's going to go on there and do it himself.
So yeah, because I was thinking for his own protection and safety, we would prevent. But I mean, we can't stop him having his own voice, even if we would say maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
Tomcat's got a union cover bed thingy.
Yeah.
Based. Oh, well, I'm going to get some. I'll ask him when he's sober. Where can I get some from?
Top cat, maybe. So,
look, he fucking lurches out. He goes every now and again. You can see him go every now.
He can't even sit out straight, can he? Don't stand straight.
He fucking lurches every 2 seconds when he fucking hiccups.
Oh dear.
All right. Okay.
He's literally, he's not just. He's Halo jumping. No, Lilo. He's Lilo jumping, isn't he? Off the wagon, isn't he?
Don't it? You know, I don't like all the heavy pink news and stuff, but I still, you know, Hobbit and fucking Hemi are my friends or whatever, but I don't like the pink news and all that shit.
Well, neither do I, Top Cat. That's why I
like all
read
the fucking
it.
faggots and stuff.
But that's why I read it. It's
I
important.
understand you feel.
I don't know, fucking faggots.
All this another time. I don't anything about it. What do you want me to stream about?
How long do you give it for the? It's a shame we can't run a book on this. We need to run a book on the Sea Kyle. What time's the first Sea Kyle going to occur?
Top Cat, what are you...
How many hiccups is he going to do in an hour? We'll do the fucking what do they call it? Spread betting? Is it spread betting? Is that what we need to do with it?
Toppy, stop this. This is wrong. He can't even hear me.
I don't know what antacids are.
It's just every time he lurches every now and again when he hiccups.
He's going to give Shooter McGovern a run for his money.
People that follow me, which
fucking hell.
Most of the people that follow me are, you know, they're all on the Adderall and prescription drugs that they've been told to take to.
Where's Top Cat and where's Top Cat? Where's Top Cat and?
Wow.
Tell me what you want me to talk about, Flossie, and I'll talk about it.
There it is.
Hobbit,
Jelly
Hobbits
tit
in
Josh.
antacids are
Jelly tit Josh.
of odd turns.
I can barely fucking read. Donny's saying, have some food, pal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's a slight end up me. I suppose I've got the hiccup.
He's been absolutely crippled with fucking hiccups.
Yeah. I mean, I got a message from some
why don't you tell me what your...
And they said, I'm worried about Top Cat.
3 minutes and Hobbit, because he always skirts around the boards whatever, but once he's talking to you a National Socialist or not?
Hobbit skirts around the boards in the same way.
Absolutely blown the spicy away, mate. Didn't want to fucking know his fat jelly tit ass.
Jelly
I
tit
needed
ass.
to fucking laugh. The other did she, Top Cat, when you were threatening her? Fucking fat woman.
Oh, look at the LA fucking telling us what to do. Why don't you go fucking sort him out? He's been begging for you to sort him out for fucking months, you dickhead.
The inkle. He's getting his inkle.
Fucking high horse.
All right.
How are we supposed to sort him out?
Toppy, turn the internet off, Toppy. That's what the phone call was.
We can't do anything.
Whatever. Maybe
so he lives down the road from me. Knock on his door. So, mate, turn off the fucking computer.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Hold on, I
just rang him. God bless her.
Mate, yeah. Just Toppy, like,
yeah.
Good, you convince him. He convinces the blokes. He'll listen to a woman though. So yeah, you convince him to turn off his fucking computer.
Fucking hell.
Hello?
Sorry? Loudspeaker?
Oh,
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah?
I don't know. I'm just streaming on my, the little Top Cat's Bar channel now. You're live, by the way.
Hey, will you come off for a second? So I've got something important to tell you, but you'll have to go offline first.
Hey! Oh shit, she's pregnant. She's pregnant, lads.
Very clever.
Preggers, there's a
I've
little
got.
kitten on the way.
I'll stop streaming
There's
and.
a little top kitten on the way.
I don't even know how to stop stream.
so all you have to do, are you using Streamlabs?
I'll tell you what, I'll walk downstairs and nobody can hear what you're saying.
Well, I think you should, if you turn it off quickly, then I can tell you.
Yeah, just turn it off, mate.
Oh, wait.
Turn it all off. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it all down.
Literally
Shut it
down.
to quote 3PO Star Wars. Shut it down. Shut it all down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Throw your computer out the window.
Shut it all down, Toppy. Just close the lid.
Oh, Toppy calling Hobbit out. Ooh.
Well, he says skirting around the issues, and what I said in the chat there, I said England for the English. I want the Hobbit hole and the Shire.
Ooh. DOA didn't want to reveal to me what the big reveal was.
What the?
She was trying to say, "Oh, you fucking mate."
Yeah.
Something between her and Phil?
Oh, she's trying to help you out.
Toppy, no!
Should I post this or should I not post it? Because do you
post
think?
What?
Well, can you see what I'm writing there in the film?
DOA likes to do.
I'm very tempted to press send on this.
Mess you about, and oh, I'm going to do this.
Go for it.
I'll listen to you, DOA, and I'll do what you want. And then she's like,
yeah, he ain't gonna listen to any of it.
Message me about that. So,
oh fucking hell, Hobbit.
There
you go.
To be polite, but fuck off, you fucking prick. She shouldn't mess this around there.
Jeez.
Get off the fucking internet, you drunk bastard. Get off the stream.
There you go, DOA. How's that?
The time I warned Brutus.
Oh God.
We're gonna have to. Well, what my plan was to do a 9 o'clock, not the 9 o'clock news.
Should be to get off the fucking internet. You're too drunk,
what I want
mate.
to announce.
Love
Whatever.
you.
Listen to DOA, Top Cat.
Toppy makes me drop the computer.
Well, what's she saying? Drunk streaming is the best idea, mate.
I
find that
internet. God, I'm not taking the piss out of you, Toppy. I'm saying this as a mate. I love you. Get off the fucking internet.
He's trying to fuck it out. Listen to him.
Oh dear.
I mean, if everybody in your chat if everybody in your chat,
fuck it. I'm putting some petrol on the flyer. Tell us.
Fuck it.
I thought you were gonna fucking ask, you cunt.
Is there anything?
Tell us about Charlie, Toppy.
That's what you really think.
Is there anything we can do? Because I'm thinking to myself,
is everybody watching a live chat?
God,
Let's read through the live chat. I love you, so please listen to me and call DOA. The Hobbit fucking loves me all of a sudden. You'll find out when you get off the internet. Listen to DOA. She's got your best interest at heart. Shut it down. Oy vey. That's actually somebody that's fucking John Kelly, alright. Actually somebody that gets it. Boss-side intervention. That's been also known as Donny.
Oh dear.
LOL from V.
V's just trying to encourage him.
Fucking mutt. Right, shut down the stream off before you do something you'll rake up regretting. Oh, I don't give a fuck about it.
Don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah, we know it's
tell us about Charlie topic.
Oh dear.
Emmy wants to
Brexit Pepe.
See, Henry's, at least Henry's got the fucking right idea. Tell us about Charlie. Charlie's a fucking faggot, man. Charlie's a wannabe tough guy.
I am never... Fuck it, I'm throwing petrol on this one, lads.
I am never ever reading Pink News again if this
Charlie
sets him off.
He's a wannabe athlete who can't fight and won't
set
fight.
him off now.
And, he's perpetuating a tough guy image on Telegram. And I'd,
Oh, God. Toppy, stop, please.
Delete System 32.
I could literally speak Charlie Big Potatoes.
I'm being promised not to Pink News.
Put this bear on my back,
Someone hit him
and
with
I'll
the System
jab,
32
and I'll uppercut,
quickly.
and I'll hook, and I'll still beat Charlie Big
Where's
Potatoes.
Where's Wolf when we need a computer hack?
He's not a tough guy. He's a fucking fraud.
Wolf, shut down Top Cat's
him all over, and I really, really, really hope that I get this chance to just slap him all over. It's just
slap him
it's
all
just
over.
Like,
what the fuck?
I don't know.
Is he going to slap all over?
Give me both hands and you
know.
say, "Oh, Top Cat."
Is he too drunk to read the chat?
We were a bit worried because we've seen you boxing and whatever, and Charlie Big Potatoes.
Just keep him on the subject of Charlie. If we keep him on the subject of...
Could you not close your fists? And I'd be like, fucking yes. Just anything, anything short of being able to push my left fucking fist in Charlie Big Potatoes' fucking face. I could do what I want with it. I could grab his ankle and I could
get him to stop. At least get him to stay
tear
on
him
something
up
fucking
and
safe, which
choke
is
him and do
hammering
whatever
fucking Charlie into
I
the
want
dirt.
with Charlie Big
Eddie
Potatoes.
Butler's in his chat.
It's just
What's that?
Eddie Butler's in his chat.
What the fuck is Eddie Butler watching that Cappy for?
Who's Eddie Butler?
Hey Eddie Butler from
going on?
Eddie Butler, you're on Anne-Marie Waters. I know you, Eddie Butler.
Yeah.
He's for Britain.
You're on the Zionist website,
You-
Anne-Marie
oh,
Waters,
shit.
aren't you?
Oh, he's good about
So
fucking.
Eddie Butler.
He's going to destroy him. Fucking Zionist.
Have a look at you, Eddie Butler.
Yeah, well, call him
you're
up
saying,
again and tell him to fucking shut the computer down.
you
Don't lie to
support
him, though.
Dykes, don't you, Eddie Butler? I know you.
No,
I know you, fucking Eddie Butler. You support Dykes and you support Zionism, and you pretend that you're a fucking nationalist, but you're not. You're a cunt.
Do you want to know
You're a
what
fat
the worst
cunt.
thing of this
You
is?
support lesbians.
Just a minute,
Like-
Toppy. I've got to mute you for a bit so I can just say this, right? So,
I want to look away, but I can't at the same time.
Yeah, it's a train wreck, isn't it? It's just like...
DOA's just said to me, I want to ring him again, but he's turned his phone off, so I can't even call him.
Yeah, well, he isn't listening to us either, Sarah. So what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, that's the thing. He basically just... I told him to get off the fucking internet. I'm your mate, I love you, get off the internet. And he's like, fuck you. I said,
that's it.
I even promised never to read Pink News again. He's just like, he doesn't care. He's just going on and on. And you know what the worst thing of it is? I spoke to my cousin today, this afternoon, and he introduced me to his group of mates, and we're talking about music, and he showed me a studio, and he says, look, when the lockdown's over, you can come over here, we can do a duet, you can use my equipment. I thought, brilliant. And then he introduced me to a friend. He said, hey, this is my cousin. He's like, oh, we like your accent. It is very English.
He's got like nearly 30 viewers now.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of those viewers is me.
Yeah, it's going to be shared about it on Telegram and stuff.
And yeah, I mean, if this will appear on Antifa doxing channels, you better believe
Oh,
it.
fucking hell, mate! Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna love this, aren't they? It's like, oh, look, this is Top Cat who's showing things. And this is the thing. I was trying to show it to my friends. He's like, sorry, my cousin. He's like, so what's it about? I said, oh well, it's kind of like. Imagine you're in the pub and you got your friends there and you're just having a chat and there's laughter and it's like, how am I going to explain, dear cousin, that this is a friend of mine? He's lost his job and he's very drunk and he's upset and he's very like he feels like he just doesn't care anymore. So he's having a crisis, and I wanted to do just a nice sort of stream where we laugh at the news and talk shit about films we've seen, but I did want to talk about that Pink News article because they talk about how freedom of speech offends them. And I think if Top Cat had been sober, he'd have probably joined in with that. But I think it was too much. It was too much for him. It was just like, fuck this, I'm going. I don't want to hear this talk from Pink News. So yeah, okay. Let's bring.
Oh, sorry about
let's bring Top Cat back on again and just.
Die quietly, Henry. God's sake.
Sorry, mate. I just
want
showed the
British
missus that was a spectacle that.
A
I just showed the missus drunk Top Cat.
Is your missus trying to work out what it is, just like we are?
Yeah, exactly. You see him fucking having a.
You degenerate.
Eddie Butler appeared in the chat. He said, "Why don't you get some
prick?
That
you're not welcome.
Dyke, you work for
what I want.
You fucking Zionist cunts.
You fucking Zionist dyke.
So hard to believe.
I mean, I was thinking about making a podcast from this show, but at the moment I'm like, this episode can't go in it, surely. This is a shit show.
Fucking. I love fucking drunk Toppy.
I love him too.
Why can't you? Have you seen Toppy? He's absolutely pissed out of his brain, Phil.
In the way.
I mean, I'll link you it.
I mean, nothing extreme. I can't do my show now, so I might as well just have the show be Top Cat. Top Cat's breakdown.
People, we fucking
yeah, he's live streaming now. He's gone mad.
Back down
is he on the board?
Some full Britain person in the chat.
He's just had a dig. Eddie Butler.
All of a sudden,
Amory Waters number 2.
To fucking anyone.
Dig it.
Including
fucking Zionist cocksucker.
Fucking Zionist paymaster.
Damien says if he's not going to shut it down, can you not join him?
Fucking shot
I don't think.
Well, he's not open. He's not open to StreamYard.
Yeah, I was going to say
he's say a lot of good things.
He's shut his phone off, so we can't join him.
Yeah,
he just wants to.
You can ask him in chat for a StreamYard link, I suppose.
Right, fucking.
Yeah, okay, let's do that then. Can I and Hemi get a StreamYard link?
Do you know what I'm going to have to do?
What's that?
What?
Install Linux on this laptop.
You know.
Ask Brutus, he'll help you out.
Yeah, Brutus will help you out. He knows all about it.
Yeah. Because Windows 10 won't work.
It's too shit. You know, just like the fucking farmer, fucking rugby playing, gym going.
I don't think he's reading his chat.
You know, proper lads.
Yeah, fucking Butler deserved that, to be fair. Fuck Eddie Butler.
School route and
oh, yeah, I get
that. He'll come out against against Collett.
And it's like
all these ancient people need to go away. They don't know what the fuck they're on about, do they?
Especially anybody ex-BNP needs to just fuck off, go and die somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's
I
turn my back away for 5 minutes so I can get myself a drink, and it all goes to
Eddie Butler.
Everything goes fucking tits up.
It was supposed to be a nice idea, like, hey guys, when we get halfway into the show, we can all take 5-minute rest to go and have a wee, go and have a drink, go and do whatever, come back in 5 minutes time.
With Mark Collette, fucking, you know.
That sounds too normal.
Collette's copied it now.
I mean, here I am trying to like organise.
Get Punk Bastani said get Brutus on.
You know,
He's going after everyone on National Front now, bunch of pricks.
They slapped Mark Collette about. They said, you say this. And Mark Collette said, oh yeah, I'll say this.
I'm just following it.
And I told Mark Collette, you know, if I'd have been if I'd have been there with you,
yeah, you're joined into Banter Nationalism, episode 116.
You can say what you want.
Yeah, it appears Toppy's bringing the banter tonight. Then.
Yeah,
it's not about that mentality.
The episode where Top Cat's not bringing the drinks to the table because he's drunk them all.
I see it.
Selfish.
Top Cat's become the Banter.
Look at me.
The episode where Top Cat turns up to the party with just the ring pull, with just the fucking can holders, the plastic can holder.
It's like that bit.
Fuck! Whatever happened to six packs? Does anybody remember six packs? What the fuck happened to them?
Yeah, why can't you?
I always thought that was an American thing. I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
No, I remember six packs of body.
What the fuck happened to six packs?
I mean,
I know, right?
I used to get 6 packs of Boddingtons. Yeah, you all went to 4 pack. I mean, four cans would be like special brew. You get special brew in 4s.
Oh, there was a great trick we did at a party once where some lad fucking wound a 6-pack thing round your hand in a certain way.
And you had big potatoes having that fucking kind of.
Did his hand drop off?
Moke says TC.
No, he did. You could do it eventually, but it took a lot of skill, which is not very good when you're drunk. Oh shit! I had some fucking wild parties when I was a nipper. With mates, blank weapon. Living room.
I'll reconvene in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I used to have some pretty insane parties.
That was when you could buy. That was when you could buy blank firing weapons from magazines.
Oh right, it's fine. It's over. It's over. Oh my god. Oh my.
Thank God. Is Charlie coming back?
I don't know. He says he'll be reconvening in 5 minutes. So I don't know what you want to do. I mean, like, pretend to do a normal show and then go back and.
Should we do the weird news, Hobbit?
I think the weird news was Top Cat.
man goes.
I think.
Fuck, Collett's live.
I think.
Oh fucking hell! Collett's doing Lewis. Patriots.
Actually, you know
He's
what?
fucking doing Resident Evil, isn't he?
He's got off the loading screen this time, anyway.
You know,
but he's playing a shit Resident Evil. Resident Evil 5 is like fucking god awful.
What was the one on the PlayStation 2? Because I want to buy that PS4.
But you know,
Which one?
There's a few of them in there. You got like
Resident Evil.
Oh, was there a few of them?
2, 3, 4.
You on about Resident Evil 4?
I don't know. I can't remember where it was, but my mate had it and we played it. But I can't remember.
I did want to talk about this Pink News article. This one here, where they're saying, so yeah, have you heard this plan? The government's planning to have like a free speech champion for universities because of various reasons, right? I mean, Count Dankler's covered it. Other people have covered it. It's an important issue because it's got to such a state now. The government's like, we need to actually have a government body for free speech in universities, because if you can't have a debate there, then when can you have a debate? I mean, it's supposed to be the idea that if you had an idea and you go to university and you have some rigorous debate, the rigorous debate would determine if that idea could stand on its own 2 legs or not. So Pink News is just saying, we think this is terrible because one of the bodies they've consulted with this hates gays. And it's like, do they hate gays, or what is it actually they're about? Oh no, you don't hate gays, you just hate the fact that, well, I wouldn't even say it was hate, it's just you're critical of how gays like to quash any sort of free speech and criticism, because when people start talking about gays, it's like, how is it you're only like 2% of the population, yet you commit 40% of all child rapes? Evil hate speech like that, where you sort of say, why are these statistics like it? Why are like 41% of transsexuals going to commit suicide? These are things which the gay community don't want people to talk about. And I'm thinking to myself, well,
why are the suicide numbers post-op and pre-op exactly the fucking same?
To me, maybe it's like, perhaps your ideas ought to be aired in public. Here's another thing, right? This all going down, and I looked a bit more about this. One of the groups consulted does controversial conversion therapy or reparation therapy. And I looked into reparation therapy, and it's this idea that... Actually, can I see if I can find it? Reparation therapy?
This is for blacks, yeah.
Fair.
Sounds like something IC3 would be up for.
It's shit. Well, I don't know. Is he a choir? Because
he's probably a black choir. Choir member.
See, can I find reparative? Unfortunately, there's a lot of like. I try and find this like reparative therapy, and it's like telling you how it's all really dangerous. Oh, Joseph Nicholsi. There we go. So I'm to scroll all the way nearly down the article to try and find it. So this is Joseph Nicholsi. What he has stated is that what homosexuality is there's a trauma for whatever reason it's resulted in same-sex attraction, and you can it's looking. I can't explain it exactly. But I don't know. I only watched like the 5-minute trailer here. It's like 6 minutes long. But from my understanding of it is they're not trying to convert the gays. They're not trying to say you should feel shamed for your attractions. It's just let's work out your traumas and then try to put it in the context of understanding like why you're gay now or why you have these.
I always wonder how many gays you could cure just by giving them testosterone. Do you think some of these guys are maybe just?
Well, no, I don't think that's the solution, Hemi, because the fact is some of these gays are really high T and they're so fucking horny.
No. I'm not saying. But some of them,
like Freddie Bentley.
I don't know. I think lesbian queers is.
Yeah, but the thing,
because it's weird how they're all queers and they all talk the same and stuff like that. I think that's brain damage.
Well, the thing is, like, for example, Freddie Bentley, he's a single mother relationship and he's a queer. So I think what they're trying to say is the trauma there is also a trauma of neglect. It isn't just like active child abuse. It's neglect to child abuse. And so he had no father figure and then he turned gay. And he's a very prominent gay as well. So maybe Freddie Bentley, if he was in a position where he was like, you know what, I don't want to be such a lesbian queer anymore. I know I've formed an entire like lifestyle around it, and it's like my entire raison d'être. But perhaps you could help me work out some of my traumas I have towards my mother and father. So, I mean, here's an article. They say trauma is the foundation of homosexuality, and they've got the article over there. So, I think this is like a conversation maybe the gay community should be having, not a conversations about it's hate speech when you want to say free speech to criticise gays.
Hemi, your mic is cutting off a bit, mate.
No, fuck is it shit?
I told you, Hemi, it doesn't work in Discord. It probably works but then
what
again...
the fuck is wrong with Discord? Why is Discord so fucking gay?
Because you're talking about gays, They don't like you talking shit about gays.
They've zoomed in on you, mate. They know what you're talking about. I don't appreciate this anti-gay talk.
They don't want you broadcasting Freddie Bentley in an ironic context. So, you know what? So instead of like massive pair of tits, oh yeah, you know what? Actually, I want to get on about...
They are absolute crackers, aren't they?
So, what I've never understood is, we're gays, like they're attracted to men and that, right? But there's also gay women like dykes and that. So why don't they just go with them? It's like, why don't you just go with her? She looks like a fucking bloke. It isn't gay technically.
But she hasn't got a penis.
Well, she can have a strap on or something.
Oh yeah, that'd work. Yeah.
Well, there we go then. Gay solved.
Yeah, there we go. That's simple as. Find yourself a lesbian with a strap on.
Not only has it got a dick.
Can you hear this properly?
I'm Freddie Bentley, and I'm
No.
how to have it.
No.
Is that cutting out?
It keeps cutting out.
And I'm also,
whenever you try and play audio through Discord, Hemi, it cuts out. And the thing is, if you're hosting a stream, then it's all right, because when you host a stream, it's like it going straight to YouTube. But in this case, because I'm hosting the stream, all the audio the audience hears is through the Discord into my OBS, so it doesn't work the same.
To have sex. And
Stash has just messaged me. Halcyon Daisy. Freddie Bentley was featured in a April Fool's episode of Just Don't Like 'Em, where we all were
very, very excited.
Do that one.
Very, very excited. But all right, so here's the thing, right? Do you remember that story? Was it last year or the year before that, where they no longer have the checkerboard girls in Formula One because they're like, we can't have attractive females anywhere.
I remember when they cancelled that. Bastards. It's the best part of fucking F1, mate.
Yeah,
and the crashes,
and
car
it's
crashes.
like, I mean, years before that, they cancelled page 3 girls on the Sun.
Yeah.
And I just, more and more, it's just, you can't have attractive women there because it upsets ugly fat women.
They want them to go on OnlyFans now, don't they?
Yeah, but then...
It's ironic, because they shut down page 3 and other things like that, but they have no problem with OnlyFans. It's just like, what the fuck?
But then we've got, like, these adverts for quick cream eggs where they got 2 men kissing and the egg in the middle, and it's disgusting, and it's like... If I didn't know better...
You use protection because STIs are on the rise. So make sure always got a condom or something new to me, what they call dental dams.
Dental dams.
Dental dams.
It's a dental dam.
What is that
It looks
for?
a bit like a dental
It's something
thing,
you
know,
don't
when you go out
need
and
to
teeth done.
know about.
It's just in a little
I haven't been tainted with that knowledge yet. I don't want to know, actually. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's like a condom, but it's
Could
not.
be used for rimming, and it it smells quite good.
fuck's sake, Kenny.
Please make
Jesus
sure you go to a
fucking
clinic
Christ.
and get regular checks. I mean, it's like my...
No,
If Top Gun heard this, he'd be going fucking ape shit.
I've heard enough of it as well. It was bad enough hearing like Freddie the first time, but yeah. So it's just. But this is, I would say there is an agenda to make the world less beautiful and more ugly. And when you get rid of checker girls, and when you burn down Notre Dame Paris, but you have gays kissing in a cream egg advert, that's part of the problem.
Oh yeah.
I think. I would say this is also like it's sort of a race to mediocrity. We can't have any exceptional individuals because it's like this is what I'm saying. Like Sweden wasn't influenced by Russia in their communism. Sweden had Junta law way before the country of Russia even existed. And Junta,
it's weird how they went gay first, though, isn't it?
well, Junta law. Well, I can't explain that, but Junta law is basically you can't have any exceptional people. And I suppose when things become more and more expensive, it's exceptional to have a family. So that's why they've been encouraging homosexuality, because they tend to live on their own. They don't form stable relationships. They don't form families. So the Junta law aspects. That,
and they also spend a fucking lot of money.
Yeah.
They make capitalism absolutely stinking fucking rich.
Yeah.
That's why they get promoted everywhere.
Gays,
word for gay.
The class tend to make a good consumer class because the fact is they don't have any of the contentment of having a family. They're not very content people, and not content people tend to do retail therapy. I mean, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go and shop and buy myself some clothes or some boots or a dildo, just anything to try and fill that hole in my soul, in my spirit.
The void.
Prince Charles is still in hospital, so that's a bit worrying.
Apparently Charles went to go visit him yesterday, and when he left, he wasn't looking too happy.
Well, no, he probably doesn't like seeing his dad in such dire straits. It's understood that is Hemi saying anything because his icon's lit up, but I don't hear anything.
No, maybe he's having a wank.
What's that?
But there's like no noise, and yet his icon's lit. How does that work?
God knows.
Yeah. Oh, Top Cat's live again. Shall we watch Top Cat, or shall we do a bit about Prince William?
He's back again. Fucking hell.
I'm not sure. I mean, the thing is, people will be watching it, and I'm sure Antifa will be watching it.
Of course they will.
Hunted.
So it's
Yeah,
not, yeah.
You got Antifa watching. They obviously watch a Telegram group. They watch everyone's Telegram group.
Well, yeah, because
they watch everything.
one of my posts in the Telegram group was put in that, and it was regards to I mean, I might as well say it now because of public information. A while ago, there was photographs doing the rounds purporting to be of Hunter Biden with child prostitutes or child sex slaves. And I said to people, look, I don't care if I'm sorry to be that cunt, but if you're posting any images of that, I will delete them and then I will ban you from the group. I know it's important to find the truth, but not when it results in a knock on your door. Good luck trying to explain to the police why you've got images of child abuse on your phone, on your computer.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of idiots on Twitter sharing it around. I had to block a few people because they're just fucking morons. I don't want to see that shit.
And the thing is, it's like, all right, so what can you do? Why can't you say to the police, but look, it's images. Well, you say that, but why have you got it on your phone? Is there any legal reason you should have that on your phone? Well, because
it's not what you know; it's what you can prove in court.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can try and explain to the police, I suspect a crime has been taking place here, and I want you to just like, well, it's out of our jurisdiction. However, what is in our jurisdiction is you, Mr.
Yeah, you've got child porn on your hard drive,
Mr. Joe Blogs, and you've made an indecent image of child abuse. Why have you done that?
And published it.
And
published it. Because putting it on Twitter, that classifies as publishment.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you've published an obscene image. So and that's why I just said to people, and the fact is that it's like, look, I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think it's important to uncover the truth. I think there's all sorts of shenanigans the government doesn't tell us, but you're not going to win, and you're not going to be able to present to any police force, especially not here in the United Kingdom, that, hey, look, I suspect the President of the United States' son is involved in child abuse, and I have photographic evidence to support my claims. It's going to result in you getting a custodial sentence, and you have to sign the sex offenders register. So that is how I ended up in the Antifa doxing server, because they took a screenshot of what I said and they put it there, and they actually said there's a website which will tell you if an image is photoshopped or not. So they weren't agreeing or disagreeing with anything they're saying. They're just saying, look, not everything you see on the internet is actually real. And if it is, do you really want to see it? I mean, if someone just said to me, oh, he nonces kids, and it's like, yeah, well, they all do, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, just leave it at that. It's like, he nonces kids. It's like, yeah, they all do. Is anybody going to arrest him for it? No, they're not. Okay, so what can I do about this except feel miserable that these powers that shouldn't be abuse and murder children get away with it? I mean, it's not just the elite that get away with abusing children. I mean, everyone can murder children. They're just like, no, I'm pregnant, but I think I'll just go ahead and murder my child. That's, because it's inconvenient. Well, this is another thing. Sorry to be a bit miserable now, but have you seen this? Let me see if I can find this story. I'll find the story because I need to give some context to it, right? But you know, there's this public health crisis at the moment. People can't go and visit the doctors and all that because I didn't know if you're aware, but apparently there's this plague going around, so you can't just go to hospital, see a doctor when you like. So
I'd heard, but I hadn't seen any proof of it.
Allow house calls for abortion. Abortion.
You say that, Damien. You say the Queen's the last of a mostly great line, but she hasn't given up Andrew, has she? And Andrew's a dirty, dirty little paedophile.
No, he's not, because he was in a Pizza Express in High Wycombe, so he can't have possibly nonce any kids.
It was Woking. It was Woking, wasn't it?
Woking, High Wycombe, Reading. It was one of those.
Who cares?
I mean,
it was one of them.
Definitely someone in the inner circle of the royal family would be visiting one of these trains. So here's the article. 2 doctors account for women to take abortion pill at home. Following the footsteps of Scotland and Wales. When's this article from?
Apparently, we've been told to check Toppy.
Oh. Okay. Got a link. I'll just make my point briefly whilst you get me a link. So, what I'm trying to say is that you can't go and see a doctor if you've got cancer. People with cancer treatments, they're being refused service and they're told to fuck off. People are dying because their heart aren't being seen to, so they're dying of heart attacks. But you want an abortion? You want an abortion at home, do you? Yeah, we'll do that. Now, if I don't know a bit, if I was conspiratorially minded, I'd say that it's almost like there's an agenda where they want to kill as many of us as possible. Toppy's going the deep end now. He's openly only calling for the base floor. I'm guessing I'm getting a snake myself. All right.
He's going balls to the wall, mate.
I'm not sorry. I've stopped listening. I was listening to Top again.
Oh, hello. I can hear you now.
Toppy's going balls to the wall.
How long do you reckon this stream will last, Donny? A white man standing up and saying,
I think it's too late for
white
that
men
bear,
shouldn't be
Ray.
ruled by Jews and niggers. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that the stream will be gone now, won't it?
Oh, that's what I think. Oh, dickhead.
Are you trying to get the stream shut down?
Well,
Toppy.
Like Toppy's going down.
I think. Yeah, the sooner it gets shut down, the better, because he's probably going to dox himself even further. He might say somewhere like where he lives. Or
He's hard paid. He's hard fucking hard.
The thing is, I can say
maybe I'm the only one who.
I can stop the video. I can pause it. I can stop showing it, but I can't stop people from looking at themselves.
No, that's it.
Maybe I'm the only one that doesn't.
No one has control of what he does on his end. It's entirely up to him.
So the thing is, I can't do a stream because one of my panel members is going off on the deep end on this soapbox.
You agree with me?
And I don't feel I can do a show.
I mean, technically, you can start a bit early, Hobbits. You're not really leaving too soon, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, no. What time is it now? Is it 8:30?
It's almost
8 minutes to 9.
Yeah, 8 minutes to 9.
You know what? I'm sorry, chap, but due to unforeseen circumstances, the show is stopping. Is stopping now. Thank you very much for watching. You can all fuck off.
Thank you, bye.
Bye bye.
Right, so that's